We're moving on very quickly. We'll be having the opening remarks by Temiloluwa, over to you, please.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Vivian. My name is Temi. I'm a GDG organizer and also the ambassador for WTM Ogbomoso. So we're so excited to have you all here. I'm believing that today will be a good day because we have so many speakers here lined up to us. An amazing session. So all you need to do is just sit back, relax, get your notepad, and when you get to the technical session, you also get your devices so that you can be part of it. So a quick one, code of conduct for this event, because where there's no law, there's no sin. So the first thing is that you be respectful to each other. We understand that different people are on this call from different communities, different countries. So let's learn to respect each other. Let's treat each other with respect. You should participate while acknowledging that everybody deserves to be here. Nobody's better than anyone on this platform. So you should always speak if you see or hear something. If you see something you're not comfortable with, you can speak up, but in a respectful manner. And if you can't handle it on your own, you can just chat any of the co-hosts or the host for the event. Just feel free to chat them privately. They'll be ready to. We have about 5 co-hosts for this event. So any one of them would be ready to attend to any problem you're having. Zero tolerance policy for in-person or online harassment. We understand that people will be here with different behaviors. So if for any reason you see something that is funny, you don't have the right to just screenshot or record something that's you know that might not go well with the person if it goes publicly. We won't take it lightly. So please respect people. Deliberate intimidation will not be accepted. Harassing photography or recording will also not be accepted. Offensive verbal languages. When you're using the chat section, please be careful with your words so that you don't get to hurt anybody. So for this event, we have several hashtags because we want the whole world to know that IWD or Oyo is happening, and we have great people here. Everybody here is acknowledged. The attendees, I would like to thank every woman here today. I would like to welcome Mr. Dr. Baale. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to your session. And other speakers that are on this call, I can see Rihanna here too. You're all welcome. So please, we would like you to tweet about this event. We have kicked off already. Let your friends know that something is happening here. So when you're tweeting, use the hashtag Courage to Create, IWD 2021, IWD Oyo 2021, IWD Ogbomoso, IWD Ibadan. Then you can also add WTM Lautech at GDG Ogbomoso, at GDG Ibadan, and at Women Techmakers. I understand all this might not be in all your tweets, but whatever you are tweeting, please make sure you have courage to create hashtag on every of your tweets. Then you can add any of this there. Housekeeping rules. Remember to mute your mic when you are not talking. Always raise your hand if you need to ask questions so that you won't cause distractions, and at the same time, there won't be interference. Feel free to interact using the chat section at any point. You will always be attended to. So before I continue, I'd like to celebrate these women. They are the ones that work together to put this amazing event together. Bolu, Temilade, Yetunde, Fola Shayomi, and Temiloluwa. So we also have amazing volunteers here, people like Vivian, Maureen. You get to meet one or two of them before this event runs out. I also celebrate you guys. And for our guys too that support Nathaniel, Samuel, and many other guys here, we also celebrate you. But today's about women, so we give them the focus. So like Vivian said, we have 2 communities here today, and maybe some other people that are not part of this community. But the community is coming together to organize this event as WTM Ibadan and WTM Ogbomoso, formerly known as WTM Lautech. So accept membership because we're still visible. Aside IWD, we do other events. So if you would like to be part of any of our events or opportunities, you can sign up for this community. This link here is for Ogbomoso members. And before the end of today, we'll also share the link for Ibadan members. And if you have any question, you can message any of the co-hosts who attend to you, either for Ogbomoso or Ibadan. Anybody can attend to you, and if they can't, they'll direct you to the right person. Yes, over to you.
Very much. Thank you very much, Mulelua. That was a very great one. Thank you. Okay, so up next, I'll be introducing our next speaker, our first speaker, Dr. Baale. She's an associate professor at Ladoke Akitola University of Technology, Ogbomoso, Oyo State, Nigeria, Faculty of Computing and Informatics. She's also the director of LAUTECH Information Communications and Technology. It's a very with a round of applause. We can just welcome her in the chat room, please. Let's welcome her with a round of applause, a virtual round of applause, please. Let's welcome Dr. Baale. Over to you, Ma.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here. Please, can you allow me to share my screen from your end? Can I go ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Just give me a few seconds. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this is 10:10, and I understand I have 30 minutes. So I'll be fast, and then where I need to talk, I'll talk more. I'm Dr. Baale, as introduced, and the topic for my presentation this morning is queening. I don't know how many people have heard about queening. Is queen, and so on, because I remember when I was talking to my son, and then I gave him that topic. He was one to say, what is the meaning of queening? Queening actually is a promotion term in chess. And queening is a term used in chess. It happens when a pawn reaches the farthest rank from its original square. Now, the pawn starts from rank 1, moves progressively to the highest rank, that's on the opponent's side, which is rank 8. And then on getting to rank 8, the pawn has the opportunity of becoming either of the 4 pieces on the chess, whether the queen, the rook, the bishop, or the knight. Now, it depends on what the player wants that pawn to become. But most times, like, from history or from research, it was gathered that most times when such happens, the player prefers to turn the pawn into a queen, mostly because the queen is assumed to be the most powerful on the chess board. Now, queening, I said, is a promotion, is a type of promotion in chess. There's also another type of promotion. It is called under promotion. Now, that happens when the pawn is promoted to the rank of rook, bishop, or knight. You see, the pawn has the lowest value in chess, which is 1, while the queen has the highest value in chess, which is 9. And then, so who is a queen? A queen is regarded as the most powerful in the chess game. She's able to move in any of the directions, unlike the others that are just restricted to one kind of direction. And so in the world, a queen is seen as an independent ruler of an independent state. Independent ruler of an independent state, that comes with a form of, a form of power. It comes with a form of control over the land, that's its state, and then the subject. Not surprisingly, every woman wants to be treated or seen as a queen. However, now, the way you're seen or treated as a queen depends on the level of impact that you make in the society. That's what actually is going to determine whether people will actually see you as a queen or even treat you as a queen. Now, when you create impact in the society, people would definitely see you as a queen because you're able to affect lives positively. And so some, people, some set of people, they look up to you, for setting, for directions, for control, and so on. And so they see you as queen and treat you as such. But note, behind every queen is a journey that is filled with failures, struggles, and challenges. Queens aren't made overnight. They must have, just like the pawn, before it, goes through the rank 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 8. That's on the side of the opponent. Obviously, there will be challenges, there will be oppositions from the opponent's side. Trying as much as possible not to make the pawn get there. But you see, when she eventually gets there, the journey is success, is a success. The end is also, filled with respect and ambition. Attributes of a queen. We're going to quickly look at a few attributes of a queen. The first one is combination of pride and humility. You see, to just accept handouts rather than work hard to earn all they have. Now, queens, I'm not talking about the bad pride, bad pride. I understand there could be good and bad pride. I'm not talking about the bad one, the good pride. The pride that makes you want to do things on your own, makes you want to achieve things on your own and not just be accepting handouts, what people just hand out to you. You want to make a name for yourself. You want to be who you want to be. Now, the second attribute, they are not time wasters, whether on personal matters or professional matters. They are not time wasters, but they channel their energies to promote growth and positivity in their immediate environment, in other societies, and in the world at large. Now, queens are also bold. They are fearless. They are fearless risk takers. You don't get to take risk. You might not get to win. They are bold. You see, they are not timid kind of people. They can't be detached from chasing their dreams, irrespective of the direction. You tell them, no, you can't do this, and they want to do exactly what you think they cannot do, and they want to succeed at it. Now, also, they are open-minded. They are respectful with a great understanding that everyone has a life and a story. They are open-minded means they are teachable, okay? They're not closed-minded. You can talk to them. They respect other people's opinions, they reason with other people. They are respectful. And then they have a great understanding that everyone has a story. And so they don't get to look down on anybody. They don't get to insult anybody anyhow. They are well-behaved. Now, they accept failures with stride and grace. You see, accepting failure, some people accept failure the wrong way. That is why you see a lot of, many or some people committing suicide and all that. But you see, the queens who accept failure, knowing fully well that failure, doesn't mean that she gets to stay on that point, that failure propels her to the next level. And then failures will teach her things that she needs, that she needs to know in the next level of her journey in life. They are also independent, knowing that anyone can be unstoppable when determination and strength come together. Now, for them, you see, they see themselves as being unstoppable because they combine the attributes of determination and strength. They are strong women, and then they are determined women. Like I said, you don't tell them no. You don't tell them no, you can't do this. They, rather than getting discouraged, they are challenged to do that thing that you think they cannot do. They operate with very high level of integrity, knowing that everything and life itself is a gift. Okay, they don't take people for granted. They don't take things for granted. They are highly respected because of their high levels of integrity. You can trust them and say, no, if it's so person, I know she wouldn't do that. As queens, medically, the level of our reasoning is higher than that of any of another being. And that's why even in the chess game, where we have the king, the queens are regarded as the most powerful pieces. Now, let's bring it to the physical world. Sometimes I imagine, and I use this analogy for people, that imagine a woman and a man in the same office. They have the same enabling environment and they're doing the same kind of job specifications. And then maybe during assessments, most times what happens is when you see a queen occupying that position, is either herself and that man, have the same level of performance, or the queen has a higher level of performance than the male counterpart. Now imagine the female or the woman or the queen now. She works in the office, does a whole lot of things, multitasking and so on. She gets home, she's expected to, excuse me, she's expected to take care of the family, the children, the husband, other family matters, or other things that she's expected. Women are naturally multitaskers. And then that same woman, compared to the man who just leaves the office, gets home, orders the woman around, this is what I want to eat, can't you clean this, can't you do this and all that? And then you can imagine they have the same level of performance, or even the woman has a better level of performance than him. Queens as creators of opportunities. Now, as queens, we're meant to be creators of opportunities because a queen occupies a position of leadership, a position of power. She's highly influential, and so she's able to create opportunities. So queens, we should see ourselves as being opportunity creators. Now, I'm going to be talking irrespective of technology. What is technology? Simply the application of scientific knowledge to the practical aims of life. Now, most times is that, we talk about efficiency, effectiveness, and all that, generally making life easier, better for people around. It can also be seen as a positive change and manipulation of the human environment. When it is positive, it's actually improving the society and the people in it. World of technology. In the world of tech, lots of advancements are happening, they've been happening, and they happen almost on a daily basis and have become very explosive. Today, for example, you see a phone, for example, Infinix or whatever, they come up with a phone. Before you say Jack Robinson, another phone is out with better features and so on and so forth. So with lots of innovations coming through with the help of technology, women are making sure that they are not being left out. And a lot of them have been taking advantage of these opportunities by creating major impacts in the society and also in the world of computing at large. Now let's quickly look at a few examples of these women, Nigerians particularly. We have Juliet Ehimwan Chiazo. She's the country manager of Google in Nigeria. She's dubbed the queen of technology, passionate about bringing affordable internet access to Nigeria and also increasing the participation of women in technology. That's what I call class impact in women's life. She previously worked in Microsoft in the UK, and she's the founder of Beyond Limits Africa, an initiative geared towards mentoring young women to achieve success. Another person is Funke Opeke. She's the founder of Mainstream Technologies, and they are developers of Main One Cable, a leading provider of telecom services and network solutions in West Africa. She's worked with Verizon Communications in the US for about 20 years before returning to Nigeria in 2005. And she once worked as a chief technical officer at MTN too. Now the next person is this beautiful lady, Bilkis Adebiyi, previously an IBM software engineer, who developed social networking software for Fortune 500 companies. Now Bilkis also returned to Nigeria to find WeCyclers. WeCycler is a startup company that offers waste collection and recycling services to Lagos residents. WeCyclers offer incentives. Now see what she does. See how she affects her community. Her company offer incentives to low-income residents in the form of rewards for every kilogram of waste recycled. Now, sometimes these rewards are, in form of food items. I'm sure she would have looked at the level of poverty in the country and, come up with that kind of reward. And, she believes that one man's waste is another man's wealth, and that's what she does best. Now, that's the next one is Mary Ujuma. She's the managing director of Geno Digital Solutions, formerly director of, with the NCC Nigeria and past president of Nigerian Internet Registration Association. She also played an active role in the development of the internet in Nigeria, as well as the telecommunications sector. Now see this, an accountant by training. So that, this goes a long way to say that you don't have to have started with ICT to be a power woman in tech. This one started as an accountant. She was dubbed the mother of the internet in Africa. Can you just imagine? The Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. Now, the next person and the last person I'm going to be talking about here is Olamide and Babajide, a computer engineer and founder of Prayer Recycling too, also another recycling company and initiative focused on green innovation and job creation. You know, in these days where so many people are stranded, you know, looking for one job or the other. She creates jobs through creative reuse of municipal waste, solid waste and vocational skill transfer. Since starting her company, she's produced several items such as furniture, home decor, ornaments, and so on and so forth. Now, notable quotes. I'm going to be rounding up with this. T.D. Jakes said, "We have the seed, we all have the seed of greatness within us. As we go through obstacles in life, we grow, we progress, and we solve more problems." Now, I added, and gradually we become masters. You see, we start from somewhere. You don't need to be born great. You start from somewhere, you become great. And on your way to greatness, you meet, there is no how you're not going to meet obstacles. You grow, you progress. And as you do that, you are solving problems along the line until you become a master. An anonymous person said this: the oak tree, or is even a common saying, the oak tree, that's a igigeju in Yoruba. In Yoruba, you know, the oak tree is, you know, is a big tree, grows normally into a big tree. And it's one of the trees that that you can make a lot of money from in the bush. It's hidden inside an acorn seed. The acorn seed is a tiny seed. And when that tiny seed is planted, it becomes great. It grows into that oak tree. Now, finally, another quote by Bukun Awoshika, that banker, the business, the executive woman, the actor, because I remember I saw her in one film recently. I don't know if she has been in another one. You can imagine combining all that in a person. She said, if you want to build a corporate career, then you have to make the most of the opportunities you have. You don't see an opportunity as a queen. You don't see an opportunity and just pass it by. You see an opportunity, you grab it. If it's something that's going to make life better, that's going to make positive contributions to your society, to anyone around, you grab it. You must be diligent at your work. That's the watchword. Queens are not lazy people. They are diligent. When others are sleeping, they are working, using their brain, using their hand, using everything they have. She said, you cannot play the gender card. You see, I laugh when some people say, because I'm a lady, I should be given special treatment. No, you shouldn't be given special treatment. Work at it. We have just said, people say what a man can do, a woman can also do. No, I said what a man can do, a woman can do better. I don't know, many of us in the university, in the institutions, colleges, and all that. But I know that in LAUTECH, in many faculties, girls are leading those faculties. Girls are making it. Look at this, for example. This program was put together by the females. Well, maybe some men joined them. Thank you guys for doing that. But you see, you don't play the gender card. If you want people to give you what you want just because you're a lady, they will also ask you for other things just because you're a lady. And that's the fact about life. She also said, what you should do is make sure nobody can dispute the fact that you are good at what you do, no matter who you are competing with. Prove yourself. I remember when I was first appointed the acting director of ICT in LAUTECH, and then you know what happened. Some men gathered themselves together, professor inclusive. They went to the vice chancellor. They went to ask him why he should make me a woman for that matter. And then incidentally, I'm the first female to occupy that post in LAUTECH. So I don't know what they were thinking of. And then you know what the vice chancellor told them? He told them he didn't put me there just for anything, but he put me there as, on the basis of competency. And I've been the deputy dean of the Faculty of Engineering before, and I worked with him closely. I didn't know he noticed, but you see, that was what he told them. And you won't believe it that they still went ahead to Ibadan, to the then Governor Jimobi, to give him the same complaint. And when the governor called the VC, he repeated the same thing. And here I am today to the glory of God. This is I've done about 2 years in Nice City now. And obviously, nothing has gone wrong. Rather, things have gone better. I'd like to round up my presentation here. Just these are a few references. And I'll say a very big thank you. Yeah, so I think I stop here. I'll stop sharing my screen. Thank you very much, guys. Questions, I guess.
Amazing, amazing session. That was a very, very beautiful presentation, Ma. Thank you very much, Dr. Baale, for that inspiring presentation. I was particularly motivated by the profiles of the women you shared with us and some deep, deep, profound words. Thank you very, very, very much, Ma. Okay, so if we have any questions, please, you can quickly ask a question. I think we have like about 3 minutes to do that. Just quickly type them in the chat box if you want to ask questions, or unmute your mic and ask your questions. Very quickly, please. So we move on. Okay, Dr. Baale, please, are we going to get your slides? Because I think I would like to go back to them and read them later. Are we going to get your slides, Ma? Dr. Baale.
That she's muted.
Okay, Ma, you are muted. You can mute your mic.
She responded.
Okay, said yes. Yes. All right. So we're going to get our slides. We're going to get our presentation. Okay. Do we have anyone who has questions, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please go ahead.
All right. So I want to ask Ma, how do one combine as a woman? You know, so much is expected of us, like maybe for your family, you have a family to take care of, and you have a job, and many of us too want to have a business, side gigs to help ourselves. How do you manage all this together and still be outstanding? That's my question. And still queen, yes, and still be queening. I think that's the right word. Yeah, we should start using that word.
Okay, thank you. I couldn't unmute the other time. Yes, thank you for that question. You see, like I said, it's about determination. Queens are not time wasters. A lot of us waste time. I remember, let me give you an example now. When I was in secondary school, I went to Federal Government Girls College, Owerri. And you know, I loved reading novels. I could read novels and all that. But you see, there was one thing I made sure I did. When I'm supposed to be reading, or when I was supposed to be reading, I wouldn't be reading novels. Now, you see, you set your priorities right. Sometimes what I do is I get a sheet of paper, or I have a jotter normally that I go everywhere with it. I list things I want to do and I go for them, okay? Now, when you don't waste your time, when you are not involved in distractions, when you don't allow distractions in your life, I'm not saying you shouldn't enjoy, you will enjoy, but you see, you allocate slots, time slots for those things, and then you can achieve what you want to do. For example, I remember during the COVID-19, when it was hot, I think last year, yeah, it was last year, I did an online course, a data machine learning, data science, machine learning. And believe you me, the classes were taking one during the week and the other one on Saturday. In 8 weeks, I was able to learn a lot because I wanted it. I was determined, and really, I can do so many amazing things now using machine learning in data science. And so I will just advise that get your priorities right, be determined. You can be the queen that you want to be. Determination. You want to do this, please go for it. Now, For example, you might even ask me, how do you combine being a career woman to, to being also a wife, a very good wife at home? You can. When you are in the office, outside doing your thing, you are the boss. When you get home, the husband is the boss. The little time or the time you spend at home, give it to the family. When you get to the office, go ahead and continue what you're doing. And so you be a happy person. You'll be fulfilled too. Your husband does not see you as a threat. Your children don't see you as the Margaret Thatcher at home. They love you, you love them. But when you get to the office, it's a different ballgame. And then with God on your side, you're going to win. Thank you. I hope I've answered your question.
Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you. That was well answered. Okay, from my end, I would like to ask another question. As we all know that self-doubt affects everyone, but being in an industry in which one is outnumbered by the opposite gender in particularly. So how do we sell ourselves? Because women have been seen as, when we talk about what we do, so we'll be seen as we are bragging, probably self-bragging, or we are being, how will I call it? We are being egoistic and like, how do we market ourselves as queens, as women? Since it's been like a stereotypic thing that we have been taught from an early age, to brag about what we've achieved.
Okay, thank you. Let me give you a personal experience. When I got to the ICT, normally I'm a computer scientist. But you see, in ICT, we do computer science things, programming and all that. And then we do a lot of computer engineering things, networking, maintenance, and all that. And then, the first thing I did, I actually go to the internet to educate myself on the engineering part. And then if you see me talk now, you will think I've been a computer engineer all my life. No, I actually upgraded myself. And you see, as a woman in a man's world, I think what has been my secret really is humility, okay? You're humble, people don't see you as a competition. But you see, they know you know. At first, they might think, she doesn't know. But you see, with your humility, and there's one thing over the years that has worked for me. I smile a lot. When I see you, the first thing you're going to see my smile. And then, you see, I've disturbed you already. You don't look at me as a threat. And then by the time I start talking, you see, we're talking like friends. So, but you see, a lot of women are so proud, especially when they know or when they think they know. And when you think you know, and then you put pride in it, they tend to see you as competition, a threat, and most times they hinder you from growing. You have to struggle more. But when you have that humility, you're accessible. They don't get to see. Although there will be some just a fraction of them that will try to undermine you. Don't worry. Go ahead. And, as you grow, as you go, they will submit. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Baale. I hope we don't have any other question right now because we are moving on to the next section. Thank you very much, Dr. Baale, for that wonderful session and the high-octane knowledge you've shared to us today. We are very, very grateful.
Thank you so very much. It was great being here with you.
Thank you, Ma. And I'm smiling now. Thank you.
And I am too.
Thank you very much, Ma.
All right.
Okay, so before I introduce the next speaker, I'll just quickly introduce Women Tech Makers Ibadan. I'll be doing this on behalf of Temilade Adelakon, who is the Women Tech Makers Ibadan ambassador, but she will be joining us shortly. So as we all know that Google's Women Tech Maker program provides visibility, community, and resources for women in technology. Women Tech Makers Ibadan is one of the many chapters in Nigeria that empowers women in their careers by providing and events, scholarship, grant around. Please, you can join that page at DDG Ibadan, and you can send us a DM and we would start you up on how to join the community. Before the end of the program, a Google link will be sent so you can fill the form and join the community. All right, that's about that. Up next, we have an amazing speaker. I really look forward to the session. My name is Yemurayi, and she's a globally recognized mentor for women in tech. She's passionate about helping tech professionals thrive in their careers and make an impact. In her career in tech, Yemurayi has developed and launched products that has served the African continent. She serves as a payment product manager at Asava Smart Tech. Before which she has served as software engineer, then she now served as a business analyst. She holds a BSc in computer science, an MSc in information systems, and completed an MBA in global finance. Through the Tech Career Masterclass and most recent initiative, Yemurayi is on a mission to equip and upcoming African women online coaching community. With a round of applause, a virtual round of applause, and for those of us joining physically, let's welcome Yemurayi Chinande for our session. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Vivian. I am really so excited to be here today. And, you know, before I even say anything, I'd like to thank Dr. Baale for her amazing session. Oh my God, so many nuggets that she shared. That was really amazing. Thank you so much. I really learned a lot from you as well. So today I'm going to be speaking to you about a mindset that creates. Before I go ahead, I'm going to share my screen. Just hold on a moment. Please let me know once you can see my screen. Can you confirm if you can see my screen? Let's see. Am I able to see the chat from here?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Vivian, for confirming. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking to you about a mindset that creates, a mind that creates. And just to give a background, you know, I know some of you are students, some of you are recent graduates, and some are already professionals. When we go through college and we're getting ready to get into the industry, one of the expectations from the industry is that we produce solutions. You know, the world has so many problems. Companies, industries, corporates want to provide solutions to people. And we as the individuals that work for the different companies are the people that provide the solutions to the problems that are there. And to provide the solutions, to create the solutions, we need the right mindset to help us achieve that. Without the right mindset, we're not able to get to the areas that we would like to get to. We're not able to deliver the solutions that we want to deliver. I remember when I was still in college, I used to ask myself, oh my God, when I finish my program, it means I'm going to work and someone will pay me for the work that I'm going to do. What am I going to deliver? I felt pressure, because what it meant was, based on what I've learned, I now have to produce solutions that are going to help the organization and its customers and clients. So one thing that I've realized is there's a certain mindset that you need to put on, that you need to have, that will empower you and equip you to create solutions, because that is what we are here for. And that is the main purpose of tech. Tech is there to produce solutions that help make people's lives better, easier, faster, more affordable in so many ways. And for us to be able to deliver such solutions, we need to prepare ourselves in our minds and make sure that our minds are working with us and for us to create those solutions. And so this is what I'm going to be talking about today, so that when we leave this place, our minds are well positioned, well oriented to go out there and create the solutions that the world needs, because you and I are the sources of those solutions. So before I get into that, I would like to give you a brief journey about a brief background about my journey. I always like to share my journey before I start, because I've realized that when people share their career journeys, it gives you, it makes you relate. It makes you realize, okay, you know what, if they could move from here to here, I definitely can move from wherever I am to wherever I want to get to. So I did my first degree in computer science, and I graduated in 2012. And I always like to share the story of my journey to computer science by saying, you know, when I finished high school, I applied to do chemical engineering, and they didn't give me chemical engineering. The university gave me computer science, and I was very devastated. I thought it was the worst thing that could ever happen to me. And I tried moving from one department to the other. That didn't work out. And so it was very difficult for me to adjust, to think, okay, so I'm not going to be a chemical engineer, I'm going to be in computer science. And what is computer science? Where is it going to take me to? What am I, you know, how will my future look like in 5 years, in 10 years time? Will I be the successful person that I've always dreamt myself of becoming? It was quite worrying. But one thing that I determined I was going to do during the course of my first degree was to do well. I applied myself. I told myself, okay, this is what is there now. I'm going to apply myself. I'm going to give it my best shot. And I'd like to encourage you, wherever you are, in whatever you do, ensure that you give it your best shot. I ended up graduating top of my class because I just determined, you know what, it doesn't matter which program I'm doing. This program is what I've been given, and I'm going to do my best. So it is important to apply yourself wholly so that you get doors opened up for you. So immediately after graduating, I started working as a software engineer. I worked as a software engineer for 5 years for a local firm in Zimbabwe. And during that time, I also got an opportunity to work as a software engineer at Google for about 2 months. And that was very amazing. So that's a picture of me right there. And then after that, I then switched from software engineering to business analysis. So I enjoyed software engineering. It's something that I wanted to do from the time I left college. However, after a while, I felt discontent. I felt like, okay, I don't see myself doing this for the rest of my life. I want to see the business side of the software that we're developing. So that's what made me switch from software engineering to business analysis. So as you go through your career, make sure you pay attention to the things that energize you, the things that drive you, the things that move you, because it will help you in making decisions as to what role to play next. It will be terrible for you to get stuck in a role that you don't enjoy, because when you are not enjoying what you're doing, you don't perform very well, you don't use your strengths, and at the end of the day, you do not shine. So if you're going to shine in your career, make sure that you're constantly paying attention to yourself and moving towards the areas of your strength, moving towards the areas that energize you, that make you feel good, and where you feel you can definitely contribute as much as you can. While I was still a business analyst, I transitioned. I did a master's in information systems because one thing that I had in mind was, okay, I've been an engineer. One thing that I want to work on now is getting into management. And the MSc Information Systems, I determined was going to be a stepping stone in that regard. So as you go through as you move forward in your career, one thing that will be important for you is to equip yourself, consistently equip yourself for where you want to go. Do not, your first degree is just the opening of a door, but you continuously need to read, continuously need to equip yourself for where you are going, so that you remain relevant, so that, when people are sifting through CVs, you've got all that it takes to get to the next role. Do not let yourself be filtered out because maybe you don't have certain qualifications. One thing that I've determined all the time in my case, I'm going to do all the certifications it takes. I'm going to get onto the degree programs that I'm required to, just to make sure I get to where I want to get to. So I then transitioned from business analysis into product management. And that's a picture of me when we're launching a product, which is a super app that's operating across the African continent. It's got chat, payments, social media, and everything. And it was a really great experience. I was there with my CEO and my CTO there. So I'm currently still a product manager, and I'm pursuing an MBA in global finance right here in the UK. And as I've said, I see myself getting down all the way to the CEO position. So I'm consistently equipping myself towards where I want to go to. So it is important for you to always evolve, always reinvent yourself to get to where you want to get to. So this is my career journey. I'll now move on to the topic of the day, which is a mindset that creates. So a mindset that creates is a mind that creates is a mind that solves problems. So when you leave college and you're now working, what will be expected of you is to create solutions and to solve problems. And for you to be able to do that, your mind needs to be positioned and oriented in the right place. So I'm going to walk you through 5 mindsets that will help you become a problem solver or a solution creator wherever you are in your career. So mindset number 1 is I can mindset. What is your perception about your own abilities? You know, I remember when we were in college, when we're doing the final, the project that you do for your final year, you know, most of the girls decided, okay, they were going to pay someone to get their projects done, you know, to do because you're supposed to develop software or develop a program at least. So a lot of people thought, okay, well, I'm just going to get someone, pay someone to do it. But I determined, no, I'm going to do it myself and I'll be able to do it. And I was able to do it and I did it very well and my project got a distinction. And that's the same mindset that you need to carry on to as you get into your career, as you get into the industry. You tell yourself, okay, I can do this. I can create solutions that will help people in the community. I can create solutions that will get me distinguished at work. I can do it. I know it's a very fundamental thing, but it is very important for you to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, your mind will not work with you to create the solutions, because your mind does what you believe it can do. So if you tell yourself, I can't do this, your mind will go tilt. It will not, you will not produce any solution. But if you tell yourself, I can, your mind will act according to what you believe and help you produce the solutions that you need to produce. So as you step out into the industry and as you do whatever you're doing, I want you to always remember, I can do it. It doesn't matter how you feel like, it doesn't matter whether or not you've already produced a solution. Even in times when you've tried something and it has failed, you need to consistently affirm yourself. No one can affirm you more than you can. You know, we can all clap hands for you and compliment you and tell you you can do it and motivate you. But if you don't believe it yourself, it's a waste of time. So I need you to consistently affirm yourself. I can do it. You know, if you need to stand up in front of the mirror and look at yourself and tell yourself, I can do this. I am able to. I am going to produce solutions. I mean, when I was in college, I never would have thought that, you know, I would be what I am today, creating a digital financial service solutions that, you know, help people, you know, in my country and in other countries across the continent. But what was important was for me to believe I can do this thing, and you can do this thing. We will read about you in the newspaper. We will read about you, you know, having produced so many solutions around you. You need to believe that you can, so that you're able to produce solutions. Mindset number 2 is a curious mindset. How eager are you to learn new things or to discover new ideas? You know, if you're going to succeed in the tech space, you need to be very curious. You know, once you are done with your first degree, you don't pack all your learning tools and leave them there and think, okay, yes, I'm done. The last exam, you break all the rulers and the pens and you throw them away and you think it's the end of the world. It's just the beginning. You need to be curious. You need to read. You need to, you know, when last did you really get down into the news on what is happening across the world in the tech industry? This week, what has happened in the tech industry that you're aware of? What tech magazine have you subscribed to? Who are you following on social media, or whether it's LinkedIn or wherever it is, to learn what is happening. You need to be curious. You know, what short course online have you been taking to equip yourself, to reinforce your skills? You need to be curious. You need to be curious. And curiosity is not just, it's got two aspects. There's the learning aspect, you know, wanting to learn more, wanting to understand how things work. And then there's the curiosity to that questions why are things being done this way and not this way? Why are we having team meetings on Mondays only? Why don't we have them Mondays and Fridays so that we consolidate the week? You need to question how things are done, because it's only when you question things that you begin to unveil new solutions and better ways of doing them. Because most times we just want to accept the way things are and just float along. If you're going to float along, you are just going to fit in. You're not going to stand out, and there's nothing about you that we're going to know. So I remember there was one question that was asked earlier on to say, how do I sell myself? How do I stand out? You stand out by producing solutions and questioning and asking how things, why are we doing things this way? Why don't we do them in this other way? So you need to be curious. Be curious. Read if you need to put a reminder on your phone every day in the morning, I'm going to check out tech magazines, TechCrunch, Wired, I don't know what popular tech magazines are there in Nigeria at the moment, but make sure that you're always reading, always learning new stuff. Download books, read what other women in tech are doing, you know, or other men in tech, because you can learn from men and women. Be curious. Mindset number 3 is the big picture mindset. You know, when you start off in your career, you are going to be given off. You are usually given a small portion of work that you focus on that fits into the bigger picture. And one mistake that I've seen a lot of people do is they focus on that small task, and that's all they do. They will not ask, for instance, if you've been asked to develop a program, maybe that a reporting portal for a particular solution. You do the reporting portal and then you're done. You're not questioning, okay, how is this going to produce value to the business? Or how much value is what I'm doing generating for the business? You know, how is my work contributing to the revenue of the business? Have a big picture mindset, because when you look at the big picture, that's when you realize, okay, this is what I'm doing is fitting into the bigger picture. Maybe there's actually a better way of doing this. Maybe what I'm doing, if I did it in this different way, it would contribute better to the bigger picture. So always have a bigger picture. And you know where it starts? The bigger picture mindset starts when you ask yourself in your personal life, for instance, to say, where will I be in 3 years' time? Where will I be in 5 years? I know we always hear this, but most times we really then take the time to really sit down and ask, okay, where will I be in 3 years' time? If when you in your personal life you don't have the bigger picture mindset, you are not going to have a bigger picture mindset in your career or in the corporate that you'll be working in. So you want to be a big picture person. Ask yourself, okay, this is where I see myself in 3 years. This is where I see myself in 5 years. This is where I see myself in 10 years. And then you start working backwards. The same thing that you do at work. Okay, what do you want to have achieved in 2 years, in 3 years? At times, you know, when you're at a lower level in your career, you might not have access to this information, but it's when you take yourself out and you actually go and sit down. One thing that I used to do is I would schedule a meeting with my manager every week, every beginning of the week. What's top of priority right now? What is the CEO talking about? What is important right now? What are the priorities? Where do we want to be in a year or 2 or 3? And you know, with that big picture mindset, when I do my work, the small work that I'm doing, I do it with a bigger revelation, and I do it with impact and in a way that is more impactful and effective. So have a big picture mindset. Mindset number 4 is the responsibility mindset. I always say, if not you, then who? You know, if you're going to stand out in your career and produce solutions that are going to change people's lives, you need to take responsibility. I'll give you an example of what I mean when I say taking responsibility. let's say you are a team at work and you've been given an assignment to say, okay, you are going to be working on this particular part, and then you do that part, and then that's it. That's all you do, only just what you've been asked only. Yes, you get your salary at the end of a month, but that is not what is going to make you stand out. What is going to make you stand out is taking responsibility of the strategy that has been set out. For instance, let's say beginning of the financial year, your business says, okay, our strategy this year is to automate all of our manual processes in the business. So what you're going to do is not just sit down and wait for your manager to come and tell you, okay, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to take initiative and say, okay, so if the CEO has communicated that this is what we want to do, how can I, what role am I going to play? How can I contribute to this thing? So I want you to always have a responsibility mindset. And this is, all of these things that I'm sharing are things that you can apply in your career, but also in your personal life. You know, we should always have a responsibility mindset. Don't wait to be told what to do. Don't think, okay, well, you know what, I'm not going to do it. Someone else is going to do it. Always take responsibility of things that you see. It goes down to when you're outside and you see a piece of paper lying on the ground, you're going to pick it up and put it in the rubbish bin. It's the same mindset that you carry to the office and say, okay, the processes that we are using are resulting in delays. So what can we do to solve that? Someone can sit back and say, oh, it's not my responsibility, it's their responsibility. But a person who is a leader takes responsibility and says, guys, this is the challenge that is there, and this is what I think we can do to solve it, and you implement it. Have a responsibility mindset. If not you, then who? Mindset number 5, it can be better mindset. Do you constantly think about how things can be improved? This can be from your personal life to when you're now in your career. You need to always ask yourself, how can I make this better? Okay, let's start from your dressing. You know, one thing about dressing and etiquette is it's not about buying the expensive clothes. It's about being well-groomed. So you're consistently asking yourself, is this the best that I can do? Okay, did I manage to iron my clothes? Did I manage to comb my hair neatly? Always asking yourself, how can things be better? Okay, how can I be better in terms of the way that I do my work? Am I arriving at work early enough? Am I contributing the best I can? Are my speaking skills the best they can be? What can I do to improve my speaking skills? You know, when I'm asked to give a presentation at work, at times I stammer, or at times I'm not too sure. How can I improve that? Maybe it's time for you to join Toastmasters so that you improve your speaking skills. So you always ask yourself, how can things be better? So even at work, you're asking yourself, okay, maybe this is being done manually. How can it be done better so that it takes a shorter time? Or you're looking at people in your community and you're thinking, okay, you know, maybe the hospital things are not being done very well. What technical solution can we give them so that, you know, the patients' records are processed in a way that is more secure, that is maybe more efficient? So always asking yourself, how can we make things better? How can I improve my skills? How can I improve myself? How can I improve the world around me? Things can always be better. There is always another dimension, even for your own personal life. So you're always going to have to ask yourself, how can I improve this? How can I improve myself? How can I improve? I'll tell you a very small example. I remember when people started saying, okay, you know, when the whole makeup fuzz was, you know, just starting, and people started doing, you know, face beads, eyebrows, and all of that. And then I used to think to myself, okay, you know what? I know one day I'm going to be, I would love to speak and, you know, be featured in so many things. So how can I improve my own skills in terms of doing my own makeup so that, you know, I whenever I'm called out, I'll be able to present myself very well. And I determined one year, I was like, okay, I think it was on January. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to improve my skills on how I do my eyebrows. And I committed to it, and I'll do tutorials until the end of the year. And now I'm able to do them on my own. I know it's something very small, but it's the same attitude that you carry across your entire life, whether it's your career or your personal life. How can I improve myself? How can I be better? Always strive to be better. So before I close, I know I've shared 5 mindsets. I'll just run through them quickly. I can mindset, a curious mindset, a big picture mindset, a responsibility mindset, and it can be better mindset. Just to round off, I would like to share one personal story about myself. You know, at times when we see people out there doing very well, we are not aware of this, of what they had to go through to get to where they are. When I was younger, my dad passed away when I was in grade 7. I was 12 at that time, and life was very difficult. You know, at times you'd struggle to get food to eat. At times you would, you know, go to bed without eating. Just getting transport money to go to college, because I would need to get 2 shuttles from home to the CBD, from CBD to college. It was such a struggle. It was difficult, and I thank God I managed to get scholarships right through most of my education. But it was hard. However, in as hard as it was, I determined in my heart that this was not how I was going to end. I determined, you know what, this is just the beginning. It does not define where I'm going. And today, I look at myself and that girl, and there is such a huge difference. It started in my mind in telling myself, you know what, I can do this thing. I can be that woman that I've always dreamt of becoming. I can, you know, I can be whatever I determine to be if I put my mind to it. So I want to encourage you, you know, I don't know what circumstances you're in right now, but, you know, wherever you are, through God's grace, you can get to wherever you desire to be. I mean, I've been to the United States and worked at Google. I have managed software development teams in China, in India. Right now I'm in the UK doing my MBA, and it's all God's goodness. Where it starts from is a mindset that says, you know what, I can and I will, and you too can. So remember, the only way to predict your future is to create it. So have a mind that creates. Please follow Tech Career Masterclass on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and on Instagram, so that you can get and learn more and be a part of a community where you can learn and become the best that you can be. Thank you very much. I'm going to stop sharing my screen.
Thank you so much. Right. Thank you so much. That was a great session. Yeah, I would like to ask if anybody here has questions. Let's send in our questions for Yemurayi. I know we've learned 1 or 2 things. If you'd like to ask questions, let's know. Questions. Okay, let me see. Okay, no question. But I guess you'll still be here. Yeah, just comment. Thank you. So if any question pops out, we don't really want to take time. Yeah, first they're asking if they can get your slides, so that maybe just send it to my email so that we can forward it to them.
All right, I'll certainly do. Thank you so much. All
right. Yes, so in the absence of no question, while we are hoping that somebody will still ask a question, because the session for question and answer, we'll just move to the next thing on board to save time. So the next session is the Tell Your Story session. We actually have, sorry, let me share my screen. Just give me a few minutes. Yes, so today we have 4 beautiful ladies that will be sharing their story. We have Deborah Joseph, Damlola Ayokomi, Deborah Depoju, and Olutola Awoshiku. So these are people that they started their career like in tech, and they've achieved 1 or 2 things, and they'd like to share their ups and downs, their highs and lows. So right now I'll be calling on Deborah Depoju. She's a UI UX designer. I know she worked on a particular project for Loudtech, maybe rebranding their website or something, and she'll shed more light on that project now. I don't know, Deborah, are you here? Let's have you. Okay, I think Deborah is not here. So in order not to waste time, let's just go to Vivian. So Vivian is the same person at only
Deborah is here.
Okay, okay then. Yeah, please come on board.
Okay. So what's going with that phone? From my phone, no access. Let's see.
More you keep using them, the more you keep being creative, the more you use, the more you have. Okay, in the bid to run away from programming due to the numerous trying to fix bugs or looking for some unnecessary semicolon that's gone on an excursion or correcting CSS styling, I found the parts and tech called the UI UX design. Well, the first thing I want us to know is that UI UX design is all about more of the architectural views of mobile apps. The UX refers to the user experience, while the UI refers to the user interface. Due to my little knowledge in CorelDRAW, the use of CorelDRAW to design, I saw a job opportunity online in a firm in Abuja, and I tried to apply. After applying, I got a call from the interviewer, and I discovered that the job role was actually meant for a UI UX designer, graphic designer that know how to maybe play around with flyers and mix some more colors to come up with effects. Well, on the course of the interview, he asked, "Can you learn?" And I said, "Yes, I'm open to learn, relearn, and unlearn." That's how my UI UX journey started. He asked me how much time could I devote a day. Do I have a working system? Do I have internet access? And my answer was yes. And I started my journey to UI. 2+ years. Did I just say 2+ years into UI design? I took several online courses, read PDFs on designs, watched tutorials, UI at scale. My mentor asked me to study the Naira Land design. That's website with lots of information, but very, very UI. He asked me to study it and come up with a redesign of the Naira Land. Lo and behold, it took me 3 weeks. After studying, I came up with a beautiful rug. Actually, the design I made, to me, it was wow, but to fellow designer like I was this off, but I never felt discouraged. I kept on practicing, kept on taking internship positions, and I kept on designing. I took up the 100 days challenge on Dribble, and each day I ensure I upload my shots, my design shots to Dribble for people to like, comment, criticize. I joined the Facebook developer cycle, Abuja, and I started attending meetups where I met different designers, I met developers, and I started interacting with them. Okay, I joined the developers cycle in Abuja, and I had a UI task for them. They were to work on an e-practice software, and I was to work on the UI. Lo and behold, in the course of that project, even my button style got criticized, but I never felt discouraged. I also worked worked on a CBT-based software, and I worked on SiteQuest for game. It's like a software whereby university students come on board, upload past questions. Someone can just go there and download and store it. After that, I got an internship position at Omniswift Nigeria Limited, Abuja, where I worked as a design intern. And I got my first gig of design, not my first gig of design, that was last year. The thing is this, I started the journey back then when I was on 300 level, but I know going to this, like, I really want to make money. I really want to know what I'm doing. I really want to solve problems. I just don't want to design for people to say, wow, this is beautiful, but it's not solving the main aim, or it's not really working actually on what they really wanted. During the pandemic period, I thought about LAUTECH having a mobile app that will help facilitate student activities. The app could be further extended to help with academic activities such as registrations, other features like e-library that could be incorporated into it. Back then, I worked on the UI designs and I uploaded it to Twitter, my social media handle, and wow, it got engagement. People like what they saw. People like what they saw. All right, thank you. My biggest challenge was bringing out what I could do to the outside when I had this imposter syndrome. Like, would they really accept me out there? Would people really like what I'm doing? Won't there be much critics or what is this one doing? So I had this imposter syndrome, but I was able to work on it. I was able to get over it. The pandemic session was not actually vetted. We have to allow to mobile app. The tools I use mostly for designs are Figma, Adobe XD, InVision for prototyping. Although I haven't gotten to where I'm going or where I want to be, but I know I will get there. I just have to believe in myself. And I also want fellow ladies like me and anyone listening to me that just know that once you believe in yourself, you can do it. You just have to keep striving for the best. I will leave you to note from Maureen Beatrice. The more I do the work as something that is mine, as something that is personal, the more successful it is. Now, to fellow designers out there, don't think that this is just a gig, I'm just doing it and get my money and go away. You need to take each task as if it's your personal work, as if you're the owner, and do it as if you really, really own this project. Have a positive mindset to all that you do, and I'm very sure you're going to achieve what you want. Once again, I'm so thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Deborah. That was a great conversation. So we've learned that we should not let imposter syndrome hinder us. And the fun fact is that we'll be having a session on that today, because I know many people actually experience that, and hopefully the conversations we have around that would help us get better. So let's just move to the next person. The next person now that will be sharing our story is Olutola Vivian. Vivian, please, you have the floor.
All right, thank you very much. So very quickly, because of our time. Okay, my name is Olutola Vivian Awuchepo, and I just recently graduated from the University of Ibadan. Okay, so my journey actually started at international where my tech interest was better. It's the first tech event I ever attended. We have likes of she worked at Andela at that time. So they spoke about their journeys. I was really inspired and motivated because prior to that time, I've never done anything in tech. I did not even really know that women could achieve this much in tech. I've always had that idea that tech and the like. So it never occurred to me that women actually do stuff like this until I attended IWD Badon 2018 event. So at that event, it broke all myths and it debunked all myths that I previously had. So I was really inspired about what those women have achieved. And I made a pact with myself to also, get involved in tech. I was really, really interested. So that was where my journey started. Okay, the one of the challenges I had starting was the fact that I'm from a not techie background. I'm from the medical aspect, and we don't really have much of people who are into medical line and also in tech in school. So to balance, my interest in the careers because they're totally different in a way. So I started learning C#, started going for meetups and the likes, but I was not really actively coding because of school. I had a lot of schoolwork to do, going for clinical posting and the likes, but I kept my interest alive by contributing to the community. I will always go for meetups, even though I was not actively coding. I just wanted to keep that interest alive to when I'll have time, after school to go into it deeply. All right. So also I had the notion that can I really thrive in this career? I don't have it tech. I don't have a degree in public communities based on academics or based on my background. So that was another challenge I had. That how will I understand all these programming things? I'm not even used to it. I'm not and all. But thankfully, one thing that helped me was belonging to communities, belonging to the likes of good developer groups. Makers and eventually data science. Number one, I surrounded myself with like Emila 18. That was where we met and we become friends till now. And she has always inspired me also when it comes to techie things. Then also I tried to, I was coding, I was doing front end, but I wanted to do something that can align with my background, my academic background, which is be like I'll give me this equilibrium, tech and medicine. So that's when I ventured into data science. So I later found out that I could actually leverage technology to develop, innovations in the healthcare sector using data science, machine learning, to predict disease diagnosis and, to help patients, data and the likes. Then going to that aspect, I did not have any support because there were few people. In fact, when I started last year, I did not really find anyone who was into, machine learning in healthcare or data science in healthcare because I wanted direction. I wanted someone to, mentor me in that area, but I couldn't really find someone around me. So because of that, with the mindset, at least Yemurayi shared mindset because, and one I took on was responsibility mindset. If not you, then who? So I set up a community by myself, people that are interested in health tech, health and technology, because I couldn't find anyone around in Nigeria. So I set up one myself and I was able to link up with a big organization in California, in London. So currently I have like about 16 members and we've been teaching ourselves, data science in healthcare, machine learning in healthcare, and it's been a wonderful journey since. So someone I was very naive like myself and now like mentor people. Last 2 weeks, I took a class on data visualization through the data science UI chapter. So what I would like to tell everyone is what the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. So I conceived in my heart that, okay, I'm going to do this techie thing regardless of the fact that I don't have a background in it. My career is totally different from tech, but there is a way for me to leverage tech in whatever I'm doing. And also, you don't have to have a degree to make sense in tech. And then lastly, do not doubt yourself. Do not doubt yourself. Have that mindset that whatever you believe you can achieve, you can actually achieve it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Vivian. Thank you for that wonderful session. The one that got me, that you don't have to have a degree to actually make sense. So for those waiting for, oh, I'm not yet a graduate, I don't have what it takes to be this and that, don't let that stop you from aiming at what you want to get. And it's also interesting that she's from a medical background, and Deborah too, that spoke earlier, she's from agriculture or something. So they all didn't even do anything related to tech, but they're able to thrive. So it's an encouragement to someone here. You're struggling with, should I go into tech or not? So the next thing we have on board now is the game section. So it won't be, it's not just we're here to have fun while we are learning. I know you've learned a lot. The first speaker, Dr. Baale, about queening, then Yemurayi, courage to create. So then the conversations we had with two ladies now telling us about their story. So let's just take a little time, a moment to ease off before the next section. The next session will be like a workshop session. You'll be allocated to any breakout room you want to join. We'll be having 3 sections: the web, the mobile development, and data science. So they'll be displayed on the screen. So, but let's just have this game for 5 minutes. Adiola, are you here? Adiola Adelakun.
Yes, I am. Good morning.
All right, thank you.
Okay. I don't know about you all, but it has been an amazing session so far. Thank you to our speakers, Dr. Baale, Yemurayi, and to the people and to the amazing ladies that told their stories, Deborah Depoju and Olutola Vivian. Right now, we'll be jumping into the game session. It will just be for 10 minutes, so we're going to start right away. So what is the game about? It is called Favorite Color. That's what the game is called, Favorite Color. So there are about 12 colors with questions attached to them. 12 colors with questions attached to them. So all you need to do is pick a color, and then you indicate by raising up your hand that, oh, I picked so color, and then I ask you a question. I'll take it once more. So there are 12 questions, 12 colors with questions attached to them. So all you have to do is just pick a color, then I ask you a question. They are very simple questions, I promise, very, very simple. So I'm going to drop the colors available in the chat room right now. So you just get to pick any color of your choice, and then I ask you a question. And then if you want to tell me the color you pick, just indicate by raising up your hand. There's an icon there's a part you can raise up your hand, so just do that. Can we all see the colors I dropped? So we have blue,
yes, we can.
red, green, purple, orange, yellow, white, pink, gold, silver, gray. So just, you can even drop the color you want in the chat room, and then I ask you a question. You unmute yourself and I ask you the question. So let's start. I'm yet to see any hands or any color being picked. And yes, please, are we all clear on the instructions I gave? Okay, I see someone's hand. Are they doing? Please, can you unmute yourself and then pick a color? Adedoyin, please, can you unmute yourself or send in your color through the chat room, and then I ask you the question. I promise you, they're very simple questions. Don't let us be scared at all. Very easy questions. They're not going to be tech-based or science or anything. Just questions you can relate with. Very, very simple. Okay, someone has picked a color already. Thank you very much, Dami. So she picked color white. Dami, please, can you unmute yourself? Thank you very much. Hi, Dami. Okay. Okay, maybe you can't talk at the moment, but I'll just ask you your question. You can also drop your answer. Oh, please, can the host allow Dami to unmute herself, please? Or actually even unmute her also. Okay, Dami, I see you're muted already. So you picked color white. And so the question attached to color white is, what is your most treasured book in your library? What is the most treasured book in your library?
In my
library. Or like your most treasured book. Yes, most treasured.
it's called The Invitation. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't. Can you say that again?
Okay.
Dami, can you hear me? I'm not sure I got your answer.
Yeah, maybe she should just type it. We can. There are other people here. There's Ona. There's Kelechi.
Okay, actually got the answer. So Dami said the most treasured book in our library is The Imitation of Christ. Thank you very much, Dami. So on to the next person. Ona, she picked, I don't know who, maybe so Ona picked color black. And the question at color black is what is your favorite way of relaxing? How do you relax? How do you unwind? Let us know. And kindly unmute.
Hi, I'm Gami. My name is Karide Atunike. And my favorite way of relaxing is Netflix and chips.
Very much. Thank you. So on to the next person. We have Kelechi pick blue. So please let's all drop in our colors. More people should drop in their color, and then I'll ask them questions. So, so I'll just ask you your question, Kelechi. So what do you do in your free time? Let me know what you do in your free time. That's different from the lady that just answered the question. I asked her, what does she do to unwind or to relax? Yeah. So your question is, what do you do in your free time? When you have free time, what do you do? Let us know.
Good morning. My name is Kelechi. In my free time, what do I do? I play Candy Crush. Yes, and I watch K-drama. That's it.
That's a nice Kelechi. Thank you very much, Kelechi. Okay, so to the next person. Yeah, Vivian. Vivian picked red. So the question attached to color red is what is your nursery rhyme? We all had it then. We won't lie about that. We all had one rhyme we're always very happy about, very happy to sing to. So,
oh my God. I don't know. I can't remember. Nursery.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a song, a primary school song for my school.
Let us still hear it. Let us still. That's still accepted.
Yeah, age is, I don't know, it's a rhyme. I don't know, it's not a rhyme, it's a song.
Yes.
Sorry, I can't remember a rhyme right now.
Yes, that was something we all sang growing up. I know that was something we all sang growing up. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So next person, Adiola, my namesake. That's so nice. So Adiola picked orange. So the question attached to orange is okay, it's like a 2-in-1 question, but they are both related. So it says, what is the best place you've ever traveled to? And where would you spend your whole life in if you could? So 2 questions in one, they are both related. What is the best place you've ever traveled to? And where would you like to spend your whole life if you could? So yeah, okay. That's your question, Adiola.
My name is Adela. The place that I've ever been to so far is Ghana. Okay, so and if I want to be there, yes, I'd rather stay in Ghana. It's a beautiful place.
I should go there one day.
Yes, you should. Their jollof rice is the best.
Oh, thank you. Okay, please, is there any anyone else? There are still just let's just pick one more person or two because I know our time is over. Yellow. Okay, so Ona picked yellow. Oh, sorry. I think you said your name is Atinuke, if I'm right. You picked yellow. So color yellow, color yellow. Yeah, the question attached to yellow is what will you say to your past, present, and future self?
Good. Okay. Okay. What I would say to my past, present, and future self. Right? That's the question, right? Sorry, you're breaking.
Yes, that's the question. Please go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. So to my past self, I would say that it's been a long way coming. And to my present self, I'll tell her to keep pushing. And to my future self, I'll tell her that I don't know. I don't know what to tell my future self. There's a great, great, great place ahead. So we are moving there.
There's a great, great place ahead. Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone who participated in this game session.
It was fun.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for making it fun also. So thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Adela, for taking us through an exciting game session. Thank you very much. So right about now, we're going to go into our breakout rooms. So it will be displayed on our screen shortly. We have 3 rooms. We have the data science room, where a person will be taking us through careers in data and how to get started. Then also we have the web breakout room. We have Oluwatosi. She'll be taking us through the web session. Then